Hello everyone, a very good morning to you all. Today we begin with Elite Master Plan video number 10. In case you have missed our previous video, you can go back to our YouTube channel and watch them anytime. Today's video is about the topic of absorption. So let us look at a few MCQs from the topic of absorption. The first question, dash absorption in infants and children is noticeably faster than in adults. मतलब क्वेश्चन ये पूछ रहा है कि which type of absorption is faster in infants and children as compared to adults. Let us look at the options. Oral absorption, topical absorption, both A and B, and intramuscular. अब हमें ये जानना है कि कौन से रूट से absorption faster होता है in infants and children. So intramuscular route, when it comes to infants and children, there is decreased blood flow to the muscles, therefore less muscular mass is available and absorption will be unpredictable, unreliable pharmacokinetics. So this cannot be the answer. Oral route, in case of oral administration, there is prolonged contact with the gastrointestinal mucosa and slower gastric emptying, therefore absorption rate is improved. In case of topical route, underdeveloped epidermal barrier. In case of infants and children, the epidermal barrier is not so developed. That is the different layers of the skin, the stratum corneum and other layers. There is increased skin hydration, therefore improved absorption rate. So in case of oral and topical route, the absorption rate is improved. Therefore, the correct answer should be option A as well as option B. Remember, another example in this case is the digoxin, drug digoxin. When large doses of digoxin are required to infants as compared to the adults or other aged people. Why? This is because greater protein binding of the drug digoxin binds to a larger extent and larger renal clearance of the drug. Also, you should need to remember the factors which affect drug absorption. ऐसे कौन से factor है जिस पे drug absorption depend करता है? One is the biological membrane properties. Other is route of administration जो अभी हमने यहाँ देखा depends upon the route of administration. And next is the mechanism of drug transport. These three factors will govern the drug absorption. Let us move to the next question. When tetracycline is given with antacids, the absorption of tetracycline, what happens to it? Dash. मतलब ये पूछा है कि when tetracycline और antacids दोनों साथ में देते हैं तो tetracycline के absorption का क्या होता है? बढ़ता है, कम होता है और does not affect. Let's see. Option A increases, next decreases, minimally altered, not altered at all. So basically, to solve this, we need to know what are the interactions between tetracyclines. Tetracycline forms an insoluble complex with metal ions by chelation process and antacids. Therefore, tetracycline absorption is decreased to a greater extent, almost more than 90% because of these interactions. So, जब tetracycline और metal ions आते हैं, they form a complex by chelation, and similarly, tetras with various antacids. A complex is formed, therefore the absorption of tetracyclines is reduced by greater extent, almost 90% because of this interaction. So the correct answer here is option B. That is absorption of tetracycline decreases. Another interaction we can study is between the drug probenecid and aloxanthin. When probenecid and aloxanthin are given together, the half-life of aloxanthin decreases. The half-life of aloxanthin decreases. Similarly, when probenecid and allopurinol are given, it increases the half-life of probenecid. Before we move to the next question, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. In case you have missed our videos, please watch them. Also, don't forget to press the bell icon so that next time we post a video, you will get a reminder. We have a free WhatsApp group wherein we are posting daily MCQs for GPAT, NIPER and other exams and other pharma-related updates, job openings. If you wish to get added to our group, please drop a text on the below mentioned numbers mentioning your name, city and the college name. Let's move to the next question. Sabin polio vaccine molecules are transported by dash. That is how a Sabin polio vaccine is transported. Options: active transport, endocytosis, carrier-mediated transport, or passive diffusion. Now let us have a look at each one. Active transport is the movement of molecules across a cell membrane from a region of lower concentration to higher concentration. That is against the concentration gradient. Active transport क्या होता है? When a molecule moves from a region of lower concentration to region of higher concentration, that is against the concentration gradient. Endocytosis. Endocytosis is the process of cell eating or cell drinking. That is, there are two types of endocytosis which occurs. Endocytosis, when an engulfing process occurs, the materials are taken up inside a sac or a vesicle-like structure. And when it is cell eating, it is called as phagocytosis. When it is cell drinking, it is called as pinocytosis. Pinocytosis, cell drinking, occurs in case of liquid molecules or liquid solutes, and phagocytosis, which occurs in case of solid particles. Phagocytosis, which occurs in case of solid particles. Now let us see what is the next one. Carrier mediated transport. This is the process of drug absorption which is saturable type, because apart from the drug molecule, a carrier is used. So when the number of carriers are all used up, the absorption will attain saturation kinetics. Therefore, it is a saturable type of process. Passive diffusion, this is the most common form of diffusion, because almost all, that is more than 90% of the drugs are absorbed through passive diffusion. That is movement from a region of higher concentration to lower concentration. That is down the concentration gradient. Now let us see how the Sabin polio molecules are transported. This orally administered Sabin polio vaccines, these are large protein molecules and they are uptake of fluid solutes. Now we have just now seen fluid solutes matlab kya? That is the liquid solute. The process will be cell drinking, that is pinocytosis, which is a type of endocytosis. If this were solid particles, it would have been phago. Since these are liquid, it is called as cell drinking. Therefore, pinocytosis, and option B is correct. Passive diffusion is governed by Fick's law of diffusion. Now, what is this Fick's law of diffusion? This is a very basic question which can come, that which law governs passive diffusion, that is Fick's first law of diffusion, wherein dq by dt is equals to dak m by w into c git minus c upon h. Now, what are these terms? dq by dt is the rate of diffusion, d is the diffusion coefficient, a is the surface area of the absorbing membrane, k m by w, this is term Km by W, is the partition coefficient of the drug between the lipoidal membrane and the aqueous GI fluids, and CGIT, that is minus C. This entire term in the bracket is the concentration gradient or difference in concentration of drug in the GI fluids and plasma, and H is the thickness of the membrane. This expression is very important to remember, that is Fick's first law of diffusion which governs passive diffusion. Let's move to the next question. The most important factor that determines whether a substance will be absorbed within the stomach is stash. मतलब क्वेश्चन ये है कि ऐसे कौन सा फैक्टर है जो डिटरमाइन करता है कि ड्रग विल बी अब्सॉर्ब्ड इन स्टमक या नहीं अब्सॉर्ब होगा. ऑप्शंस: physical form, that is whether the drug is solid or liquid, molecular size, pH, all of the above. Now let us see what is the correct way to solve it. We know that drugs which are weak organic acids, which are non-ionized and highly lipid soluble form, therefore they are readily absorbed in the stomach, that is pH 1 to 3, that is higher acidity side of pH 1 to 3. The weak organic acid, non-ionized lipid soluble forms of a drug are easily absorbed. This is true. In case of weak bases, which will be highly ionized and therefore they are poorly absorbed. We know that for a drug to be absorbed, it has to be present in the unionized, that is non-ionized form. So weak bases which are ionized, therefore they are poorly absorbed. So what is the factor here which is deciding whether a drug will be good, better absorbed or less absorbed? The key factor here is pH. Therefore the answer to this question is pH. Greatest absorption takes place in small intestine. Remember this because of the neutral pH and the thin large surface area which allows passive diffusion to take place easily. Also, absorption of drugs in higher and small intestine. Why? Because of a special structure called as microvilli. This microvilli will increase the surface area available for absorption. Therefore, the absorption increases. Next question. The time which is required for a drug to start producing its pharmacological action is called dash. मतलब क्वेश्चन ये पूछ रहा है कि what is the term, इसको क्या बोलते हैं, for the time which is required to start the effect of a drug. It is basically a direct question straight from the definition part. A, duration of action. B, onset of action. C, therapeutic index. D, Tmax. Let us have a look one by one. Tmax is the time taken to reach Cmax. Now what is Cmax? Cmax is the maximum attainable plasma concentration. Therefore, the time which is required to achieve this maximum concentration is Tmax. AUC is the area under the curve, that is the integrated area which is obtained from the extrapolation, interpolation of the graph. T half is the half-life of the drug. Therapeutic index, it is the concentration range of a drug for the response. That is between the maximum safe concentration to minimum safe effective concentration. This is the therapeutic index, which determines the safety and efficacy. Duration of action, it is the length of time for which a particular drug is effective. That is, duration हमें क्या बोलता है, that how long a drug can be effective, कितनी देर तक drug का effect रहेगा, is basically duration of action. And onset of action is the duration of time it takes for a drug's effect to come into prominence upon administration. मतलब ड्रग देने के बाद कितनी देर में ड्रग का इफेक्ट स्टार्ट होता है, that is called as onset of action. That is, after administration, how long it will take for a drug to come into its effect is called as the time period for that effect of the drug to start after administration is called as onset of action. Therefore, the correct answer here is option B. Thank you everyone for watching the video. Stay tuned, more videos are coming up soon.